Glad to have you join us again on Eyewitness Report. Recently, we've been featuring reports on the weather condition, especially as rainfall intensifies in parts of the country. Today, our focus will be on Bayelsa, one of the states expected to experience high density of rain accompanied by heavy flood in 2023. This and more shortly. I am Yomi Otaigbe. Some residents in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, who witnessed the devastating flood in 2022 are now living in fear of a reoccurrence. As flood from early rains begin to occupy their living space, they are appealing to the state government to open up water channels around them.
Although rain has started, most roads in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, are free of water accumulation. Some of these roads and communities were overtaken by flood in the later part of 2022. The devastating experience is still fresh in the memory of some residents who now live in fear of the wars.
You want to go where? You want to
last
go
year park, not even last year, sir. And so they park every time. See where the water level here. Look at the water level. So they park every time. The road, sir, look at the road. Nothing come out. You can manage. Like last year, we go manage for some kind of places, the mosquito, everything. On my pin, all of them, 60, all those after the flood, okay, problem. So this year, we play, make God help, make government do something so that it will fair for us.
For you to leave your house, park go other place where you no get background to live, we dey face am. So we dey beg for government to help us. Make this flood where they come, make we no leave our house. Anyhow it be, make we dey our house, they look the weather.
As the flood never even come safe, we don't begin the fence. They wait for the flood now. Because they say this year won't go high past last year. So now we don't do ladder to climb, go seal if in case it come this year. We go stay for sealing.
Obviously, blocked drainages need to be cleared to reduce the impact of flood.
I live in this neighborhood. This is my neighbor's compound. And because of the flood last year, you can see the mark there. You can see the mark there. Right down, on hearing the rumor again that a bigger one is coming this year, he's afraid. You can see the whole compound. Nobody left the compound. And for Ross now that is still around, we don't know our fate. So government should come into our rescue. They should come and help us. Come and see what they can do for us to alleviate the suffering during this flood problem. That's all we are asking of. We are not asking them to bring money for us, just to come and see how they can minimize this problem so that humans can live in their home comfortably. That's all we are asking of.
We could not even access our houses. It was so funny. Like I just came to visit somebody. I have moved out of the neighborhood because of the flood. So we are calling on the government to come and do something, especially the roads, the drainage, and the rest of them, so that people living within this neighborhood can have a sense of peace to a certain extent. Yes, we know the flood is still coming back again. From what we heard, it's even more than the one we experienced last year. We don't know the volume of water that is coming, but something should be done. The canals are blocked. Everywhere is blocked. So please, we are calling on the government to come to our aid.
My boss needs to help me out. So to one of his buildings where we are able to manage, which is not available again this year. So some of our people need to travel out of the state And we too don't know whether that is what will happen this year. But we love the state, we don't want to leave the state.
Not serious like this before. When they do this road from Ogbogene to government house, causing this problem for us, then do only one culvert here, no culvert for all these areas. Even ordinary water, ordinary rainfall, water will almost enter in our houses. So let government come and tear other culverts then for these our areas, so that when rain fall, the water will go freely. As far as government refuses to do culvert for this area, we will continue to suffer. So let government come and do something about this culvert. This road, Ogbogene to government house, this is the problem for this our area.
See where the flood. This one said don't spoil. See the flood level. See this line.
I dey fear, honestly, even now I dey fear. I dey fear because the flood will come and swallow the whole of this house. Even the roof will cover this time. Even this now, I dey even think I dey bargain on a place, one room when I go see, they say na 50,000 for one room when I go pay.
As it stands, most of the residents are already making plans to relocate to safer grounds. Those without option but to stay are only looking forward to interventions that will forestall a recurrence.
Still on environmental matters, recently the Bayelsa State government embarked on the reconstruction of roads damaged by flood in the year 2022. The state government is also repairing and expanding drainage systems to accommodate more volume of water.
For weeks, several communities in Bayelsa State, including the state capital, Yenagoa, were overrun by flood between September and October 2022, destroying houses, farms and roads, amongst other public infrastructure.
My children, where we dey now and they inside water. We don't know one take survive on one bag of pure water na 800 now we dey buy. We need on our help. Our house, yeah. Some places now don't reach roof. We don't know our property they inside water.
All our houses covered by water. Nowhere to be stayed. It is though the commissioner that we should come here and the rest. Even this my co-friend, he have 2 houses before all us fell down. Even myself too, thank you. We are suffering. Help us.
An aerial view reveals the area covered by the flood in 7 of the 8 local government areas in the state. The flood left damaged roads across the state, which further compounded the hardship experienced by the people long after the flood dried up. These roads are now being reconstructed or rehabilitated.
Few decisions were taken at the State Executive Council. Approval was granted. Contracts have been awarded, and so there is the need for us to come out to see exactly what the contractors are doing on ground. We started with the visit to Onwebu Motweke site. You saw things for yourself. Contractor is on ground doing the work. From there, we moved to Imiringi Road. Contractor is on site working. We also went to Elebele Road, where we have made some diversions because the road was too, in short, had problems where we are having regular accidents. And we are replacing the iron bridges with concrete culverts there. And from there, we moved to Pukuma Sabagria Road, where you saw work ongoing. Here we are now on Amasoma Road. We have visited 3 locations. This is the 3rd point where you see that work is also ongoing. And we believe that all the areas we have visited, we are believing strongly that work will be completed by July this year, latest. And we also visited Igbedi extension. We are doing over 2 kilometers of additional road after government had done 4.5, which was commissioned last year during the 2nd anniversary. You see the extent of work, and in the next 3 weeks maximum, that road will also be delivered.
We always maintain as a government that we want to link up Bayelsa. We want to link up Bayelsa State. And how do we link up the state? It's not just linking up with creeks that are natural to us. The roads need to be constructed. We are doing this because, like we always want to maintain, Bayelsa State was created in 1996. It's over 20 years now. And it is sad that with what we contribute to the federation, there are still local governments that are not connected by a road network. And as a responsible and responsive government, we feel that that is unacceptable. And since it is unacceptable, what do? We must link up these communities with roads.
Completion of these roads is meant for July, and hopefully the rains will be delayed to enable contractors to turn out projects that will stand the test of the flood.
On this program, we feature reports told from the point of view of the eyewitness reporter. Simply capture what's happening around you with your mobile device and upload them to the Eyewitness section on the Channels TV mobile app. We follow up on pictures and videos sent to us to develop a report that could attract positive changes to your community. Now let's see some of the images we have in store.
An eyewitness captures the bad state of the road on which he is driving through in Festac Town, Lagos State. He laments that most of the roads in the federal housing estate are terrible and seem to be neglected by authorities. In the next video, a tanker loaded with diesel fell and emptied its content at Ibafu, the Ogun State and outbound section of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The next set of pictures and videos show flash floods after recent rainfall in some communities in Alimosho local government area of Lagos State. Lagos is one of the states listed by the Nigeria Meteorological Agency, NIMET, to experience heavy rains and high floods in 2023. The reporter advises residents to avoid taking refuge in makeshift shelters which can be washed off by floods. Videos and pictures provided by an eyewitness shows the impact of a landslide following a heavy downpour in Denro, Isashi in Ogun State. The landslide reportedly killed a father, his pregnant wife, and a child.
Welcome back now to Kwara State in north-central Nigeria. Residents of some communities along the Ilorin-Ogbomosho Expressway have called on the state and federal government to look into the activities of a quarry company, which they say constitutes environmental hazards.
There are at least 13 villages in Orogbangbakpasa town where China Kaidi Quarry Company is located. With only about 3 years into its operation in the area, residents are living in fear over the company's activities. The blasting of rock from the quarry site causes vibration, which in turn impacts their buildings.
There was a day, the owner of this house just arrived when we were working, and the blast come at the time of shock, and the man ran out from this house, at least like 2 meters of running to my house before you can see. Since that time, the man could not come to this house. Immediately we put for sale into the house. And not only that, there's a lot of house there. When the stone come out and it passed through the pan to somebody's house up there, it's only God that saved our children. I will pray that God should save us on this one. And then what we want is that we don't want to see them here anymore, because a lot of things are damaged. The earth is damaged, likewise the building has damaged. Even though all our crops, farming, everything are damaged. So we are just pleading to government to just help and save us from this issue.
To express their displeasure, a protest is taken to the company.
A lot of hazard have been caused to a lot of aged women there, and they said they dig borehole for us. We've made complaints so many times, and they said they didn't listen to us. They don't want to destroy our property.
Besides their houses, residents allege that shared facilities and public infrastructure, like an overhead bridge in the Ilorin-Ogbomosho Federal Highway, are affected by rock blasting. The effect of the activities at the quarry is also said to be felt on the overhead bridge along the Ilorin-Ogbomosho Federal Highway because of its proximity to the road.
A lot of damages we have been facing around us here. Many of our people here, we have a lot of health issue in around us here now. All our houses have been damaged. Like we are seeing, all of us here, we are all average people. We are suffering a lot. Many people suffer to buy cement, 1 bag, 2 bags to build houses here. Despite all that, these people that they are blasting, they are using their bomb to blasting stone, they are killing us gradually in our community here. All our houses have been falling, damaged. Many people have been taken to hospital several times because of this. We have been here several times to lodge a complaint to them, and they have been telling us several times that they will do things, they will stop a lot of things that are damaging us here. Many people have been running out of their houses. A lot of people have been putting for sale on their houses. Our community is no more developing again. The stone is coming to our community to destroy us. Please, we seek for help for the federal government government of Nigeria, for the state government, House of Representatives, our senatorial district, please, they should please stick to this going on in our community. We want them to stop blasting stone in our community and to repair and to find solution to the damage they have caused us in our community. In Orogbang-Bakpasa, we have more than 13 community affected, and we have more than 100 houses damaged in our house, in our community.
We are suffering from psychological trauma because of what is going on in this company as a result of bomb blacks, as in blasting the stone. So many people that have not been here, when they're parking, when they hear bomb blasts, they run out of their houses. And that is affecting our economy, it's affecting our economic status. People have been losing. In fact, it is God that has been saving some people because they have to use a stone that will come up and fall on people's houses. And our houses has been damaged. So this community, we are suffering. We don't have water, and all we could manage for ourselves has been damaged as a result of what is going on in this company. And we want government to intervene to save our life, to save the life of our children, to save our economy, because all we have labored and we come here. Many of us are not government workers. We are working on our own. We managed to come here and maybe find a way of sustaining our livelihood. And this company is actually destroying our effort, our economy. And we want the Kwara State government, the government of Nigeria, and all the institutes that are concerned with human and the well-being of humanity to come into our rescue. And probably if this company can pay for the damages and stop operations that will actually be affecting us on a daily basis. This is what we want government to do. For what we want, please let the government help us. We are also part of the Nigeria people. We are also part of the community. And we don't know whoever that have been in charge of this. And we have been crying since all our effort to them. It has not been yielding any effort.
We are very glad for community to be here, though in some kind of way that we don't really think that we like, but nonetheless, we still have to take it. So not long ago, I think a week or 2 weeks, so they came here, though we could say that we've never heard of their complaint before. The time we did, I, myself, and the manager and some kind of people, we went there and then paid them a costly visit. We go around and then look at their damages and which we are working on. But the brief in each of the issue is that we've never had a complaint about Pasa community. The complaint that we have facilitated a borehole that we gave them to their magaji. If they don't know, they should go and ask. But the day we heard of that particular thing, we went there to go and meet their chairman of the community. And okay, we've never knew that these kind of houses are very near to us. I myself can bear witnesses. We actually understand the fact that there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that used to happen whenever we blast, right? And then I've said earlier on that we don't know that this community actually are very near to us. If you look for far away, you could see some houses. But that day that I particularly went there, I saw some houses that are even very near after this particular dam. We could have blamed ourselves. Okay, we don't know. And even the Amagaji and all that, I've never for once complained to us that, okay, there are some communities that are very near to you that are feeling this particular impact.
The residents had also taken their protest to the Federal Secretariat in Ilorin to draw the attention of the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development to their plight.
There you have it. Thank you for being a part of this edition of the program. See you same time next week. I am Yomi Otaibu.